It's not a good feeling when your family member isn't saved, whether a son, husband, daughter, sibling, or a friend. The thought of that person going to hell can be pretty disheartening. So what do you do when you desire for someone to be saved, but they just won't listen? What do you do when you have the greatest gift in the world, but the other person just won't take it? I want to start by saying that's a lot of weight for you to be carrying all on your own. And as much as it may hurt to hear, their salvation isn't in your hands. You can't force them as much as you may want to. You can't get mad at them because it may only push them away farther, and you can't be overly forceful because it may just upset them. So what can you do? How many times have you sat there hoping, if there was only something I could do? And although you can't force them to believe, there is something that you can do. You can pray for them. You may have tried over and over again to change their mind. Nothing seems to be working. Therefore, you need to keep praying. You may say, but that's all I've been doing. Good. Don't stop. Because although you may feel discouraged, your prayers are doing something, even if you can't see it yet. The Bible tells us in James 5 verse 16, the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. And then again in James 5 verse 17, it says that Elijah was a human being, even as we are. He prayed earnestly that it would not rain, and it did not rain on the land for 3.5 years. Your prayers are doing something. The enemy wants you to think that they're not, because he would love nothing more than for you to stop. But don't. Thoughts from the enemy may try and stop you, telling you what's the point? Nothing's changing, but don't stop praying. Because your faith is not about what you see. It's about what you don't see. Hebrews 11 verse 1 says, now faith is confidence in what we hope for, and assurance about what we do not see. So as you can see from this verse, we hope for things that we do not see. Romans 8 verse 24 says, for we were saved in this hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For why does one still hope for what he sees? Don't lose your faith and keep believing that God will answer your prayers, even if it takes 15 years for those prayers to get answered. Noah had to, by faith, build the boat before the floods came. He had to believe that something was coming before he even saw it. The Israelites had to walk in the wilderness for 40 years before they saw the promised land. Think about how much faith it must have taken to walk around Jericho for 7 days before seeing the walls fall. Getting up every day and marching around the city, they had to have faith and hope for what they did not yet see. By faith, the walls of Jericho fell after the army had marched around them for 7 days. The walls are falling and the barriers are breaking with your prayers. So don't stop praying. And if you have time, I suggest reading all of Hebrews 11. The second thing I want to mention is this. Remember the God we serve. We serve a God that not only hears our prayers, but we serve a God who answers prayers. He knows exactly how you're feeling, and he knows how sad and upset this makes you at times. He understands you. We serve a God who understands. So again, remember the God we serve. And the last thing is this. As I mentioned before, that's a lot of weight to be carrying. Carrying the weight of someone else's eternal destiny isn't a small thing. It's okay to desire for them to be saved, but don't allow that weight to become so heavy that you can't even function. Move forward with the hope that they will be saved, and believe that you have received what you have asked for before you have even received it. Mark 11 verses 23 to 24 says this, truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, go, throw yourself into the sea, and does not doubt in their heart, but believes that what they say will happen, it will be done for them. Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Thank you so much for listening, and remember that the weight of someone else's eternal destiny can become pretty heavy when you try to bear it all alone. Matthew 11 verses 28 to 30 says this, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Jesus tells you that he will bear your burdens for you. So let him. When God bears your burdens, it doesn't mean that the problem just disappears. But what it does mean is that weight that you feel, he can make it lighter. But as you see in the scripture, you have to come to him first. Ask Him to take the burden and the weight that you feel and replace it with peace, more faith, and perseverance. God is faithful, and I know that He will do it. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And when your thoughts tell you that you wish there was something you could do, you can pray. And remember, don't stop praying. Do not be afraid, only believe.